Hello there, so recently I had the thought of making some videos where I talk about life, the world, and anything else that comes to mind while playing Minecraft, since I feel like they might go well together. So I'm gonna create a new world, I'm gonna name it This is a World, I'm gonna put on hard difficulty, and the seed will be something. I'll turn on coordinates and days played. So I have checked out the seed in creative, and there's a village at around 200, 400, since I don't really want to go look for a village. So I really wanted to have a verbal sort of documentation of the things I think about and want to talk about, since I think I try to write down my thoughts sometimes, but I think it's a bit difficult sometimes to consistently do that. And I feel like it's more carefree and easy to do so when it's verbal and spoken out loud. So I think the village is pretty close that way. And so I really wanted to make these videos so I can have an opportunity to talk about certain aspects of life, like opinions and perspectives and views on society, since I think we tend to have a pretty limited view and understanding of them, but yet we tend to feel like we are able to comprehend everything of which it contains, despite the fact that our ability to grasp a scenario is quite limited. Okay, so I'm at the village. I'm gonna get some wheat before the villagers take it. And I think I'm gonna cut down some trees and trade with some Fletchers first for some emeralds, and then I can get some armor. Then perhaps kill the Ender Dragon in a few days. A few days, like real life days. Okay, there's some other crops I can harvest. Let's punch some wood first. So continuing off of what I said previously, I think that we tend to believe we're able to understand a scenario more than we actually are. I think we tend to artificially believe we can make a proper judgment and conclusion on a topic and thing, even if we don't have enough knowledge on it. Oh my god. Where did he come from? Anyways, free flesh, I guess. Let's make a crafting table. And I think I'll kill the iron golem first for a axe. 1, 2, 3. I think that should be enough, hopefully. Unless he goes up there. Okay, good. Okay, so continuing off of that, I think we tend to be extremely biased when we try to reach a conclusion with limited knowledge, more so than if we were to just try to make a conclusion. Especially when you have limited knowledge, I think you tend to have a more smaller, inaccurate sense of what it might be overall, and I think that your judgment tends to be skewed in whichever way that data tends to be presented in. For example, cherry picking. I think that when we want to prove our point to a certain extent, we tend to purposefully pick out certain data that supports our thinking, our point, and artificially inflates how significant and how much weight our beliefs and argument holds. I think that alongside that, we tend to be far more we tend to do more motive reasoning when there is something beneficial to us, when the outcome benefits us. I think we tend to find what, on some level, cynically benefits us. I might be very repetitive with my words. It's incredibly hard to record while talking, unfortunately. Sorry. So I'm going to cut a bunch of wood, plant a bunch of trees, and hopefully trade with some Fletchers. Where's the nitwit? I want to kill the nitwit first, so I can get more, so I can have the villagers breed and waste a bit less time. I think I need to go trade a bit. So about perspectives and judgment again. I think we tend to judge things in an interesting way, because I personally think judgment is quite inaccurate, and I don't like it most of the time, because our sense of judgment is not very good. We tend to be incredibly almost selective and almost disingenuous when we judge things. I think we tend to be incredibly harsh on certain aspects of criticism, and I think on some level we judge things so much more differently compared to ourselves and others. I think that when we judge other people, we tend to be on some level more harsh but less harsh. For example, when someone does something wrong, it's harder to give a reason as to why they did that. While when you do something wrong, it's easier to understand the pain or other struggles and misfortune which occur to you. It's easier to reason for your own misconduct, but not necessarily, I think. I think it happens to be true quite often, but I don't think it necessarily happens. But the fact that it happens is already incredibly interesting, I think. That we are so different, we so differently judge things purely if we already have an opinion on it. And speaking of opinions, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I think our opinions are very imbalanced. I think our opinions tend to be much more influenced by external factors than of your own control, of your own end product. I think you have less total control over your opinion than how you were raised, what you were exposed to, what factors in your life have affected you. I think your opinions are the byproduct of your society. Oh my god, where are these zombies coming from? I think it zombified some of my villagers. Where are they coming from? Is there a hole or a cave here? Don't think they could have gone out of that. We'll just patch it up just in case. I'm just gonna check the village if it has anything valuable. No. In here, maybe? Also no. But I think I'll set my spawn point in here. There's 2 doors, which might be useful when I respawn. There's a bunch of bread. And the seeds might be useful. Is there any iron for me to take? More potatoes. I didn't. There's signs. I didn't even know they could come up with signs. Wow. I learned something new today, I guess. Let's get some berries. And let's check out the other houses. No, nothing there. In here, also nothing. In here, nothing useful either. There's a lot of farmers, but the village is quite small. I think there's a bigger village somewhere that way, yeah, over there. And I think there should be another village maybe somewhere over there. Yeah, okay. So, I think I should go sleep first. The bed is right there. So, what I was previously talking about, I don't think I remember, but I think I was talking about how external factors influence your opinion more than you have control over your own opinion. That was a bit rough to say. But yeah, I think what you have been exposed to in your life has far greater impact than what you try to make yourself believe. I think we try to believe that our opinion is the product of ourselves, but I think our opinion is the byproduct of society. I think our opinions are the byproduct of the influence society has on us. I think, take for example, what's a good example? Let's say you grew up in a country or a society of which doing a certain act was acceptable. But, for example, that in a different society it wasn't acceptable. Is that thing wrong or right to do? And that would depend on who you ask, because different people were influenced by different things, and the conclusion they have the conclusion of which they have reached is different, and there is no complete right or wrong in that. It's just that the opinion was due to what society has affected. It was due to how society has affected each individual person. And this kind of concept applies far deeper, but I don't think I can reasonably give those examples, at least not now. Maybe some other day. But I think this same kind of understanding applies for many other things, many other opinions. What we in the society we live in find acceptable might not be acceptable for other people at all. And it's just the product of how society has affected us that has led us to believe that it is acceptable rather than it not being acceptable. I think that we tend to give more personal value to. Oh, where did. Huh. Oh no. Anyways, my axe is almost broken. I think I'll go to that village and see if there's anything I can get there first. In the meantime, I think I'll plant the trees and hope they grow by the time I'm back. I think there are more saplings. Yes, there are. Let's plant the tree. Okay. I think I can go off to that village and see if there's anything good and come back to here if it isn't good. Okay, so should have made a boat. I have a bunch of wood. Should have made a boat, I guess. Isn't that long of a water journey? But going back to how I think opinions are made and valued, I think that we tend to also have our opinions be created by how much we're exposed to. Okay, so I just had a short interrupt there, unfortunately. So going back off of what I said, I think if you're more exposed to an opinion which opposes your opinion, your own opinion tends to change. I think your opinion tends to become almost more strong, more extreme, maybe? I don't know. I think your opinion changes based on how much it is threatened. And I think that's due to, like, a survival instinct that we've had. When we are threatened in the way of which we believe life should be lived and how life should function, I think we either succumb to the pressure of that change, or we tend to be more resentful to it. I think we tend to be more against it and more strong on our already existing opinion. I think that happens a lot in politics, which is why it gets so extreme so quickly. I think because of how it works, where people have to inherently disagree with each other and argue their thinking, I think it naturally becomes more extreme because we believe we are being threatened on some level. I think that due to that, there's a bunch of powdered snow. That's unfortunate. Let's hope I don't fall into that. Let's hope the villagers don't fall into that either. Is there anything here which I can take? Nothing in that house. Let's check the other houses. Wow, the leaves on the same tree can be a different color depending on the biome. I'm learning it. That's pretty interesting. Didn't know that. So anyways, going back onto what I was saying before, I think when we believe there is an opposing opinion, we tend to change our own view on our own opinion. I think there are many ways of which our opinions change and are formed. And I think this is one of the ways of which I think opinions are affected. Let's go into the village house. There can be trapdoors in here. Wow, didn't know. Anything here, please? Apples, not bad, I guess. Take the emeralds. Nothing in here. Anything else, maybe? Hopefully the iron golem, that could be useful. This village is so much larger. Maybe I should stay here instead of there. Huh. Should I? Should I go there or here? I don't know. Someone should give me a suggestion, I guess. I'll stay here for now, maybe. I'll plant the tree. Good thing I brought one with me. I think I'll kill the iron golem first. Can it get up here? Hopefully not. I should set my spawn point. So killing the... Where's iron golem? It's there. Okay, no. is it? Let's hope it doesn't climb up here. Anyways, so going back off of what I said before, I think, okay, anyways, going back off of what I said before, I think that when faced with opposition, our opinion on our own opinion tends to vastly change. I should probably use the axe, right? I think our own opinion on our own opinion and other people's opinion tend to vastly change depending on when we're faced with opposition. Yes, that's what I said. I think I'm being a bit repetitive. Time to sleep. I think we tend to be more stubborn or more weakened by the pressure. And with that, I think our opinion tends to become more extreme on some level. And that's how you get like political extremists on some extent. Probably should get some armor. Oh no, no, no. Don't kill me. Okay, I should probably not let them burn. I should probably let them burn and run away. I'm gonna make a new crafting table. I have enough for 2 axes. So I can probably go destroy the forest over here and down there. Yeah, okay. So, that do anything? Not really. But there is a bunch of wheat here. I think I could go get that. So I think our opinions, they tend to be quite variable and almost more affected by others than yourself. I've probably spoken enough and I feel like I probably need to progress the world a bit and take some notes on what to say. Let's go to the village house. Are there any other villages I can grab some stuff from? There's some potatoes there.